Before he became the man they feared, he was just a boy. Born into the harsh world of the Hunos, Attila did not grow up in cities. He grew up in movement, across endless plains, under open skies, where survival was not guaranteed. It was earned. The Huns were not like other civilizations. They had no grand monuments, no massive cities, no walls to hide behind. They were the storm. Fast, unpredictable, relentless. And from a young age, Attila learned what it meant to survive in that world. He learned to ride before he could fully walk, to shoot arrows at full speed, to hunt, to endure hunger, cold, pain, because weakness did not last long among the Huns, and strength was everything. But Attila's life would take a turn few expected. He was sent away, not as a warrior, but as a hostage, raised among the Romans, inside the world of Imperio Romano, a world completely different from his own. Stone cities, order, structure, power. And for the first time, Attila saw something new. Not just strength, but control. He observed how the Romans ruled, how they governed, how they used power differently, not through speed, but through systems, through politics, through strategy. And he learned. Because Attila was not just a fighter. He was watching, absorbing, understanding. And when he returned to his people, he carried something dangerous. Not just the strength of a Hun, but the knowledge of an empire. Power among the Huns was never simple. It was not inherited quietly. It was taken, proven, maintained. Attila did not rise alone. At first, he ruled alongside his brother, sharing power, sharing control. But in a world built on dominance, there is no room for equals. And eventually, there was only one ruler, Attila. How his brother died remains uncertain. But what is certain is what came next. Attila did not hesitate. He unified the tribes. He strengthened the army. He transformed the Huns into something more than raiders, into a force, organized, focused, deadly. He demanded discipline, loyalty, obedience, and those who followed him were rewarded. Those who didn't were removed. Because Attila understood something crucial. Fear is powerful, but control is what sustains power. And soon, his name began to spread, not as a leader, but as something else, a warning. The Romans paid tribute, gold, resources, anything to avoid conflict, because fighting Attila was unpredictable. He did not follow rules. He did not wait. He struck fast and disappeared faster. And for a time, that was enough. But power always demands more. They began to call him something else. Not just a king, not just a conqueror, but a force of destruction. The scourge of God. Attila did not reject the name. He embraced it. Because reputation wins battles before they begin. And when he moved against the Imperio Romano do Oriente, the results were devastating. Cities burned, armies fell, defenses collapsed. Because Attila did not fight to conquer territory. He fought to break resistance, to show that no wall, no army, no empire could stop him. Entire regions were left in ruins. Survivors fled, stories spread, and with every victory, the fear grew. Because Attila was not predictable. He did not follow patterns. He appeared suddenly, struck violently, and vanished. And that made him impossible to control. Even the Romans, masters of war, struggled to respond. Because how do you fight something that refuses to play by your rules? And as the Eastern Empire weakened, Attila turned his attention west, toward the heart of Roman power. The Western Roman Empire was already fragile, weakened, divided, and Attila saw opportunity. He invaded Gaul, modern-day France, and once again, destruction followed. Cities fell, resistance crumbled, until finally, a force stood against him. A coalition, Romans, allies, led by General Flavio Aesio. For the first time, Attila faced a unified resistance, and the battle that followed would define his legacy. The Battle of the Catalonian Plains. Chaos, violence, relentless combat. Neither side yielding, neither side breaking. For once, Attila did not dominate. He fought, he resisted, but he did not overwhelm. And when the battle ended, it was not a clear victory, but it was something new. Resistance. Proof that Attila could be stopped, even if only for a moment. And sometimes, that is enough to change everything. Attila did not fall in battle. He did not lose his empire. But like many powerful rulers, his end came unexpectedly.
Let us savor this moment.
On the night of his wedding, he died, suddenly, mysteriously. Some say it was natural, others say it was not, but the result was the same. The empire he built did not last.
He is not moving.
Without him, the unity collapsed, the tribes divided, the power faded. Because Attila was not just a leader, he was the force holding everything together. And without that force, there was nothing left to sustain it.
Enough. We need new leadership.
But his story did not disappear. It remained in fear, in legend, in history. Because Attila was not remembered for what he built. He was remembered for what he did, for the fear he created, for the empires he shook, for the destruction he brought, and for the fact that, for a moment in time, he made the world believe that nothing could stop him. Because even today, his name echoes through history.